Welcome everybody. I'm going to be trying something new. So with the SPL season going on, I will live record my games and then after the game narrate my thought process during the game. I thought it'd be a fun thing to put together and I wanted to share my view of the game. And of course to do that, first to sweat with linear, I'm going to show the team that I brought against Golden Sun. So week 1 we're paired against the Tigers, so that's Callus's team, and Golden Sun is their ADV slot. Golden Sun, of course, is a legend, but I don't think he's ADV'd much recently. So I'm expecting quite a standard-ish team, and I've played Golden Sun lots and lots of times. I have a fair idea of the kind of things he likes to bring, and I've put together a team that I think is a solid team, but also will match up well against some of Golden Sun's tendencies. So it's your typical Skarm, Spedef, Rachi build with Flagon, but with some of my individual touches. This 6 I first saw in a team passed to me by Winsong, who's on my SPL team, and what's different about it is it has Starmie, offensive star, which can rip through a lot of teams, and I think it's good against a lot of teams that Golden Sun brings, because he doesn't spam Blissey as much as other people at our level. And because I'm running Starmie, that means that instead of, say, Zapdos, that sort of gives a bit of extra Gengar insurance, which means that I can now run a physical T-Tar with the 4 attacks. So I think that will be really helpful. Well, before the game, I thought that would be really helpful and a good partner for my team. And another thing that I changed was this sacrilegious EV spread on the Flagon. So I think the benchmark was to hit a certain speed, the Fizz Bulk does something. The special attack roll does something as well, but I've forgotten. And the rest put into attack. So it looks really weird, but I think it gets the job done of checking the things I need it to check. I wasn't sure what moveset to run, but I ended up deciding to go with this one. Protect Toxic, Earthquake, and Fire Blast. And another thing that's unusual is my Jirachi. And I've already elaborated about going in slightly different directions with special defensive Jirachis. And here I've dropped Protect for Hidden Power Grass. And because I think the rest of my team does pretty well against the threats, that I didn't think I needed my Body Slam's attack EVs. It's sort of just a coverage paraspam move that I thought would be really useful. And so because I've run minus attack, that means that my speed hits a number, like if it was minus speed nature, it'd be like 2-2 something speed. So this is actually a decent speed tier. And Hidden Power Grass is so that, as you can see, my team doesn't switch in well to Swampert. So it's to cover Swampert and also to chip away at T-Tar if I need to. So that's my team. I'll post the paste bin into the video comments somewhere, description I think, and we will hop into the game now. Okay, so I'm now recording my narration after the battle is over, but I recorded this video capture live, so to capture the timings and the things that I was doing during the game. So I've challenged Golden Sun and I'm waiting. Yeah, and as I said previously, Callus and Golden Sun are both competent ADV players, but not necessarily very creative. And so I'm expecting something very standard. And here we have a Zapdos lead. I'm not staying in, and I think I worked out before the game that T-Tar was my best pivot, turn 1. And also getting Sand Up will help against Zapdos lead teams. If he Thunderbolts, he Thunderbolts. He can also T-Wave, Toxic, Button Pass, and yep, he BPs. I'm expecting a Metagross or a Swampert or a Fighter to come in, and that'll sort of... If he has a Fighter, he's definitely bringing it in now. And he can't really go Dugtrio, because Dugtrio doesn't Oko T-Tar, a bulky T-Tar from full, and I'm bulky. And even if I wasn't, he wouldn't risk it. Okay, so he reveals Swampert, which has a funny nickname. And yeah, I'm definitely switching out. If he's offensive, he should click Hydro. And yes, and he doubles to Zapdos. So my Jirachi is designed to catch a Zapdos double or a plus special attack Hydro, because Skarm is sort of quote-unquote free there. So now I'm thinking what to click. His moves are either to Thunder Wave, if he has it, maybe. He knows that it's very possible that my Jirachi has Body Slam. So he has to also maybe pivot. I think he should Thunder Wave if he has it, or maybe go T-Tar if he has it. Not sure why I'm taking so long here, but Body Slam is a no-brainer. Yeah, so he Baton Passes, and let's see what's eating my Body Slam. It's the Swampert. It does 16% and it paras. So that was a lucky para. And so his moves are to... Yes, it's not clear what his move is, because I can go Skarm right here. And oh yeah, I calc the Body Slam roll against Swampert, because it just seemed a little bit high. So I think I confirm here that he's kind of offensive, but more than 0 bulk. Yeah, as you can see, against a defensive Swampert, Body Slam's doing maximum of 13%. And against 0 bulk, it's doing that much, 17.5 to 20%. So that Body Slam roll shows me that he's an offensive spread with some defensive investment. And I throw the HP Grass, and he switches to Zapdos. He's probably trying to catch my Skarmory with momentum, but he pivots nicely. Okay, now I'm clicking Body Slam again. Last time he showed that Swampert was his best switch in. I check to see the HP Grass roll on Zapdos, and I think I learned that it's not specially defensive. And okay, so he Thunderbolts and I Body Slam and get the para. And I either notice it now or a little bit later, but 25% is a lot from a minus attack Jirachi with 0 investment, so it's 0 minus, and it's doing 25%. So I think I'm going to calc that and figure out that the Zapdos has to be minus defense with 0 HP, 0 defense. And that means that he's running a mixed Zapdos, and he's shown Baton Pass, so he's got Hidden Power Fighting. He's got at least Drill Peck, Thunderbolt, and Baton Pass, and his last move is a Hidden Power that's either Grass or Fighting. And that means that this team is either a Cloister offense or some special offensive team. He could have like Jolteon in the back potentially as well. But it's a mixed Zapdos, and once I figure that out, I know that it can't touch Flygon for the entire game. It also can't really touch Jirachi, but he has sort of a drawback-free slow baton pass into Dugtrio. So I wanted to avoid Jirachi getting dugged there, which is why I switched out to Flygon. I expect him to go Swampert to get free lefties and threaten me out with Nice Beam. And my moves against Swampert are either to go Skarmory or into Jirachi. So yeah, at this point, I know his team now, but during the game I was thinking he probably has a Tyranitar, and it could be a Cloyster or a special offensive team. And I think during the game I thought that he would think my team is very similar to a team he likes to run with Gengar, Moltres, or something along those lines. It's a very standard archetype I'm running. He's spending a long time to think here, and I have no clue why he's not going to Swampert. Okay, and he switches in Jirachi. He's threatening the Ice Punch. It's loud and clear. And I don't see any reason to stay in because I have very good Jirachi pivots to sort of suss out what exactly he's running. And I guess... Okay, and even if he knows I'm switching out, he can't really punish me. And he Ice Punches. And it does that much damage, 14.6%. I end up calculating that later, but it's pretty much a 0 special attack Jirachi. Which I now realize means that it can't really be mixed. So at the time, I thought maybe he was running mixed Jirachi, but yeah, with a 0 special attack, it's pretty obviously not a mixed Jirachi. So if he's running 0 special attack and it has Ice Punch, it's probably a Calm Mind set. So Calm Mind, Ice Punch, and either Thunder or Thunderbolt, and Substitute or Wish. So it's starting to look more like a special offense, so it should have Dugtrio in the back, and Tyranitar, and the last could be a random special attacking threat. Yeah, so I was thinking about Focus Punching. I get a really helpful crit, because it means that the Swampert won't live another one. Saves me having to dance around that. He protects through the para, and he's still in range of Earthquake. I don't think his team can possibly have anything that will be really scary for my Tyranitar that is immune to Earthquake, so I just Earthquake again. I think I'm calcing just to double check the Swampert spread again. You'll see from my games that I use the damage calc a lot. Because this helps me to get a better feeling of exactly what spread we're up against. Alright, so here you'll see me realize that it's a offensive Swampert with probably no HP but with some defense. And he pivots Celebi in. Okay, so that's his last. So as Dugtrio, and probably, I know it's Tyranitar now, but at the time I thought it was probably Tyranitar. Could be something else, but with Swampert, a T-Tar makes a lot of sense. And now I think my T-Tar is a huge threat, and he's probably going to Giga Drain. HP Bug may or may not kill depending on his spread, and then he's going to Dug me. And after he Dugs me, I can go Scarm. So HP Bug is one option, and my other option is to pivot something in against the Giga Drain, and I choose Skarmory, because I don't think Skarmory is useful against anything on his team. So I'm trying to extract maximum value out of my Skarmory by trading with this Celebi and keeping my Tyranitar to trade with another one of his threats. And sure enough, he Hidden Powers. I didn't bother calking. because I was a bit low on time. But here I was deciding, should I spike or drill peck? And I really didn't see the need in having spike down. So I thought it'd be a lot more valuable to have Celebi out of picture. And he hidden power fires, and I drill peck. Maybe he needed to pivot against that drill peck and keep Celebi as a sack so that he can Dugtrio something later. But now I have no need for Skarmory anymore against Dugtrio and whatever last he has, so I put a spike down and let him Hydro me. I didn't really want to eat a Hydro off anything else. And I bring in Jirachi again to threaten the kill with Hidden Power Grass. There's no bluff, I think I'm just going to click it. I realize now that Wish is worth considering, but it didn't cancel in time, not that it mattered. So he pivots in Zapdos, which is a complete non-threat. So I just Wish up against that, because we know the Zapdos, the 4 moves on Zapdos. We're not 100% sure of its hidden power, but we know it's 4 moves. He gets a full power up, but I don't think that mattered, because 2 Thunderbolts would not outdamage the Wish plus leftovers. I'm in a pretty commanding position here, unless his Jirachi pulls off some magic, then I should be good, but Jirachi is very capable of pulling off magic, especially if he has Substitute or spams Ice Punch. He'll have a few chances to get a Lucky Freeze. And if he does get a Lucky Freeze on T-Tar, I could be in some danger. What am I calcing now? I think at some point, I didn't realize it right away, a bit slow. I don't get the power up, but it's probably a Lum T-Tar anyway. If he had known my team, he probably would have brought in T-Tar the first time against Jirachi, but because my team was unrevealed, didn't really want to lose his Lum just yet. So I switch to my hard Tyranitar counter, which is Flygon, and he doubles to Jirachi. Again threatening the Ice Punch, and I don't have any reason to stay in. He gets a crit, which could potentially matter, because it makes it harder for me to lefties out of Dugtrio range. And I Earthquake, because Jirachi is a threat, and I thought about doubling, but I don't want to give Jirachi free turns. He sacks Swampert for Dugtrio Revenge Me. I try switching out, you never know when they're running the other thing, Sandvale. I don't know if Sandvale Dugtrio is allowed, but back in the day Markup used to run Sandvale Dugtrio. Anyway, for some reason Earthquake doesn't kill me. I don't bother calking, but it's probably a not max attack maybe, and it's probably specially defensive, EV'd to 1v1 Bliss, because his team really wants Blissey out of the picture. Okay, he goes back to his Jirachi, and I decide to sack T-Tar here. T-Tar does have some value if I can paralyze his Jirachi, but I don't really need it. So I'm sacking T-Tar and going to Gengar to get a Willow off. I guarantee outspeed, because I'm 337 or 338. And after I burn it, I can boom and yeah. Why am I taking... Oh, yeah, I'm still deciding if I want to pivot, but nah, just Earthquake. And the Ice Punch kills me. And I go Gengar, because I don't need Gengar for anything, and getting a burn off on the Jirachi will cripple it forever. Spoilers, he does go to Zapdos, and I did think he could go to Zapdos, but Zapdos doesn't threaten me at all. So even if he goes Zapdos, I can just Ice Punch. So I'm just looking to Willow to cripple his Jirachi. Oh, and I don't know if you saw that or if that was the part where I calced, but 0 special attack Ice Punch doesn't OHKO max HP minus special defense Flygon. So that's nice to know, and especially if I outspeed him, I'll 2KO, probably, without being OHKO'd myself. You'll see later it outspeeds my Flygon, so it's running some really fast, 0 special attack, probably Carmine Subjirachi. That would explain why he's running so fast, such a fast Ice Punch Jirachi. I guess it could be, in hindsight, thinking back on it now, it could be max HP, max speed. And that would explain why he was happy to trade with Flygon, because at that point he was so behind that tossing the game up on a 50-50, if I was like max speed, max attack, CB or something, yeah, he was happy to flip for that. Okay, he spent some time here, but he sort of doesn't have anything left to do. Oh, and you can see in the chat that Triangles has worked out my last is not Moltres, otherwise I would have played it differently. And yep, I finish off the Zapdos, and Starmie, Flygon, Gengar should be taking care of business. I boom here. Not sure that was necessary, but I thought this was maximizing my chances of winning the endgame. And he outspeeds my Flygon. I'm sort of lucky to dodge any freezes this game. And potential choke moment. He's always ice punching, and I thought that going to Starmie would increase my chances of winning in the event that my Hydro Pump misses, and it doesn't miss.